Hello, it is me, Abby, and I am kind of redoing a video that I made that was more of like a face-to-face that I just really didn't like. So this is basically that video, and I'm just voicing it over some B-roll instead. So in the background, you can enjoy me tidying up my studio space at a very early hour in the morning. While I kind of just reintroduce myself a bit and contextualize certain things about what I'm trying to do on the channel, and then at the very end I'm going to announce a cool challenge that I'm going to do. Who knows how long it's going to take me to do it? I don't know. So anyway, I'm still kind of just figuring out all of this YouTube stuff. So thanks for anyone who's been bearing along with me. It's been quite a journey and I'm still learning, so hopefully there's only improvements ahead. I know with this channel I really wanted to do a lot of, oh look, I found some Smarties. Why are those there? Well, it's distracting. Anyway, so I really wanted to do art challenges with this channel and use a lot of this channel as just motivation for me to have a very regular art practice, because that's been something that's been very challenging for me the past decade. Because even though I was in school, I was in a graduate program for like 5 years, I was still working mostly full-time around that. And it's just, if anyone else is an artist, it can be really hard to find time for your art and make your art a priority when there's other things to worry about, like financial stability and, family and friends and just projects that come up or seasonal things. So ahead is me attempting to use the challenges, get into a really steady practice, and just kind of document the growth of me as an artist, and hopefully make some dreams come true that I've been chasing basically my whole life. So right now I still work what feels like 4 part-time jobs that equal 1.5 full-time jobs. So I really just want to kind of slowly be able to support myself with my art, however that ends up looking like. And I know it's, easy enough to find and follow other people out there who have made their art businesses work for themselves and are making money that way. But I'm just kind of slowly figuring out, and I want to figure it out for myself and figure it out my own way. So I'm very much in the business of, forging a path, and maybe it'll parallel what's familiar to some people, but it might also be a bit jagged, and I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it, and it'll be fun and probably at times really frustrating, but I'm determined. So a little background as to like how I've come here is I graduated undergrad with an art degree, and oh look, my pens and pencils. I graduated, oh my god, I say so much, but I'm not editing any of this voiceover because it's just too much and I can't do it. So this is me unabridged, just monologuing, straight up monologuing. Anyway, so I graduated with my art degree, and I moved straight out of school to Texas and just kind of figured things out very slowly. I'd never worked a real full-time job in my life, so I kind of played with that a bit and had a full-time job in an office for a few months when I realized that wasn't for me. So I left it and decided I would just wait tables, the classic artist solution to financial troubles, and I did that for many, many years. And as I figured some things out, I added other jobs to that. to that plate. And now I work as a contractor and a freelancer mostly, so that's been really beautiful to be able to do these cool jobs where I have a lot of control over my schedule. But I'm definitely one to kind of put anything except for my art first. So, meanwhile, cast over my whole kind of job, adult life journey has been, I went back to school. I went to grad school after about a year after undergrad, and it was a low residency program. So that means it only met once a year over the summers, and you would do about 3 or 4 courses per summer, and then you could do some virtual courses over the year. And it meant that it was just an extended graduate program. So instead of like a 2 to 3 year program, it was closer to a 5-year program. And I think it took me about that long to finish it. So coming out of that, I was just so exhausted and really burnt out from academia and even art in itself, because I didn't feel completely like I got what I wanted out of that program. And I won't get into that too much, because I think a lot of it wasn't up to the program as much as it was just up to myself and about my priorities and how I was making time for art and showing up to that pursuit. So let me sit up. I'm just laying down. Maybe if I sit up, I could actually breathe. Whoa, yeah, that helps a million times more than I thought it would. Anyway, so after graduating, I was kind of flustered because I was then working in retail, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired of working in retail in the service industry, and I really just want to find something that I can do and support myself with. So I dove into copywriting and learned a whole lot about copywriting and marketing and small businesses, and took on several freelance clients, just helping them build up their business a bit. And while it was really fun and I learned so much, and I'm still learning about it because I'm still, have a bit of myself in the copywriting world, in the copywriting pond, so to speak, I realized that wasn't a job that I would want to do and make full time, because I think, part of where our world is at today is just, it makes it a little bit claustrophobic, but claustrophobic in the way of drowning, like you're in an ocean and there's just like endless possibilities and there's so much out there, but you also feel kind of stifled just by the climate of social media and having to always be on and know the trends and understand how algorithms like help or hurt businesses. And it was just kind of exhausting, and I didn't want that to be my whole life. So while I'm so grateful that I understand how a lot of it works and how a lot of it changes over the course of time and evolves, it's been really, really nice to step away from that a bit and just treat it as more of like a consistent educational journey. Which kind of brings me to the next thing that I got into, which is I got into this design program, which I don't really know about like crossover stuff, so I don't think I'll mention the name of it now, just because I'm not sure if I'm allowed to. But anyway, so I learned how to do kind of like how to take my art and then process it into production so that I could make products. And I was playing with that a little bit before I then had to move, which is why I'm organizing my studio desk, because we moved this summer. I moved in with my boyfriend, and it was just a big mess because I had been living in the same place for about 7 years, and moving was really hard for me. So yeah, but the move was also nice because it was like a fresh start, and I was able to kind of think about how my life had been going, and I decided that I was gonna really buckle down and try to focus more on my own goals and what I wanted to do with my life versus what the wheels that had been spinning were leading me towards. So with all of that said, kind of brings me to my company, which is Studio Traebs, and the mission of my company is that I want to tell stories that help other people. Oh, this is not a story, this is just a sign. Shout out to my friend who made that years ago. I still have it. I want to tell stories that help other people, whether it's to help them laugh or cry or like sneer or whatever they want. It's not really up to me. It's more just me trying to give back to the world of storytellers that helped me with my own life. And yeah, that's it. So coming up next, I am going to be doing a challenge. The challenge is artistic in nature. I am going to be making micro lessons that involve art exercises, and each video is going to highlight a specific exercise that a lot of artists do in order to kind of keep their skill set fresh and advance their own sense of style. So now that my studio is finally cleaned up and I have space, I hope that you will join me in either practicing your art or kind of just watching my own art unfold. It will be a challenge. It will be maybe a little boring depending on what you think an artistic exercise looks like. But if you know, you know. So I will see you again at 6 a.m. Looking forward to it. Bye.